Today is Wednesday, December 21st, 2022. So we'll change our word form here. And we're also going to change our slash and dash form over here to read 12/2122 and 12-2122. Yesterday was Tuesday, today is now Wednesday, and tomorrow will be Thursday. So let's change this to reflect that. It is still the 12th month of the year, December, but today is the first day of winter, so we'll be changing our season from fall to winter. So now it's time to add our date to our December month calendar. Today's the 21st, and we can change the pattern color. Let's say it's red, green, 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 red. That's right. So we'll change this to red. All right, let's count how many days left until Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 4 more days until Christmas. And now let's change the temperature. Yesterday was 59, which was pretty warm for our area. And today it is very cold, 30 degrees outside, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go ahead and change the thermometer to show 30, which is right in between 40 and 20. And it is, as you may have noticed this morning on your way to school, snowy outside. So let's change our weather icon to snowy. Now onto our weather graph. We've had 1 sunny day so far this month, 2 cloudy days, and 2 rainy days. And let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snowy days, and 1 windy day, 1 partly, 2, 3 partly cloudy days, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 partly sunny days so far this month. So let's go ahead and add our snowy day to our graph. We'll select this day and mark it blue, just like the others. Now that we have 7 snowy days on our calendar, how many more days has it been snowy than partly cloudy? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4 more days that it's been snowy than it has been partly cloudy. Now that the season has changed from fall to winter, Weather Bear will need a hat, coat, snow pants, and boots to wear to stay warm and safe in the weather. Yesterday was the 89th day of school, which is 8 tens and 9 ones. And today is the 90th day of school, which means it is 0 ones and now 9 tens. Now today's number is now 90, so we're going to switch that to 90, like this. And we'll need to change our tens and our ones. So yesterday our number was 89, and that meant we had 8 tens and 9 ones. And we're adding one more day, which could look like 10 ones, or if we wanted to exchange it or regroup, we could switch out those 10 ones for 1 10, one more 10. So we'll swap this and have 9 tens and 0 ones. So get rid of those, switch this to 9 and 0 ones. Now today's shape is this red shape. We're going to drag it over here and make it a little bit bigger so everybody can see. And then let's go ahead and count the sides of the shape. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So we'll go ahead and down here in the properties and add 4 to the table, and it'll be 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 corners I'm counting. And another word for corners that we're going to start using now that we are in the middle of the year is angles. It's the same thing, we're just using the math word, angles. And this is called a trapezoid. This 4-sided, 4-angled shape is a trapezoid. Moving on to our 3D shape, we have a rectangular prism with 1, 2, 3 in the back here, 4 on the side, 5 on the bottom, and 6 on the top. This has 6 faces. Now let's go ahead and count the edges and see how many edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 edges. So let's go ahead and put 12 for the edges here. And let's count how many vertices we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have counted 8 vertices, and I'm not seeing any curved surfaces. For today's pattern, we're going to focus on an A-B pattern. We have a blue square, purple triangle, blue square, purple triangle. What will come next? Underneath here, what might we find? Blue, purple, blue, purple. That's right, underneath we should be finding a blue square. Let's check. Is it a blue square? Oh, it's a blue square. Today's number patterns A, B, and C. Let's go ahead and cover up using just a plain rectangle. We'll cover up B and C so that we can focus on these one at a time. So number pattern A, we are looking at 1, 3, and 5. So between each of these numbers, we have to think how much is it changing. So 1 to 3, that's 2 jumps, 1, 2, 3. From 3 to 5, that's another 2 jumps, 3, 4, 5. So we're jumping 2 each time. So from 5, we jump up 2. Where are we going to land? 5, 6, 7. So we're going to go ahead and put 7 in here. That's a jump of 2. Let's go ahead and look at B. 5, 15, 20. So I know the number is going to be somewhere in between 5 and 15. Let's go ahead and take a look at these last two, 15 and 20. That's a jump of 5. So right smack dab in the middle of 5 and 15 is 10. So we're going to jump 5 more. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. That does sound familiar. We have been counting by 5s. So that one is finished. Now let's move on to C. 2, 4, 6. Well, this one sounds familiar. We've done this one. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Okay, so for our function robot, let's check and see if we can figure out what the input and output would be if I was changing it by adding 1 each time. So our rule is +1. If I'm putting in 11, I get 12 if I add 1. 14 plus 1 is 15. 17 plus 1 is 18. And this number, let's put in, let's say 20. So I'll put in 20. If we're adding 1, we're going to end up with 21. Now let's see if I change this rule to +2 each time. So if I have 11, I'm going to be adding 2, I end up with 13. 14, add 2, I end up with 16. 17, add 2, I end up with 19. 20, add 2, I'm going to end up with 20. Let's count up. 20, 21, 22. That's right. All right, we have our piggy bank here, and we have 34 cents that we need to count out. So let's count these dimes. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. That is 34 cents that we have counted out here. Let's try that a different way. How else can we make 34 cents? 25 plus another 5, that makes 30 cents. And there's no other way to do this. 31, 32, 33, 34. 4 pennies yet again. All right, let's go ahead and undo that, and we'll try out Leaving this blank, and I'm going to put an amount in my piggy bank, and let's figure out how much is in the piggy bank. So we have 2 quarters, and let's do 2 pennies. So 25 and another 25, that makes 50, 51, 52. Right here in my piggy bank, I have 52 cents. Now, we've talked about a couple of different ways to show 52 cents. This is one of the common ways. We can have 52 look like 0.52, or we can also, sometimes you might see in the grocery store or other stores, it'll look like a 52 with a dollar symbol. But the important thing here is it's not $52, it's 52 cents. So that little point there is really important. Sometimes you'll have a 0 here, it'll be 0.52. Dollar symbol 0.52. And that's one way to show 52 cents. Now I'm going to go ahead and change this to $1.05, and let's see how much we need to add. So that makes 75. Now I have 4 quarters, that's $1. We only have 2 pennies. We need some more. 3, 4, 5. Now I have $1.05. Now another thing that we can do is swap out these pennies. I can take 5 pennies in exchange for the same as that would be a nickel. So $1.05 can also look like this. 4 quarters and a nickel. Let's put back this and swap it out for 2 dimes and a nickel. That's the same also as 25 cents. So we still have $1.05, but this is just another way to show it. Looks like I made a mess and I spilled some coins again, so let's go ahead and put these back where they need to go in the correct coin purse. This is a quarter, so we can move all of our quarters that are 25 cents over to the quarter coin purse. Moving all of these larger ones, those are my quarters. Next up is dimes. These are worth 10 cents, so we're going to move our dime, little and thin, over to the dime coin purse. We have nickels that are worth 5 cents. We're going to move nickel, thick and fat. You're worth 5 cents, I know that. Pennies, 1 cent, copper brown. So for telling time today, we're going to take a look at our hour hand here. We're going to change this to 4 o'clock. Let's go ahead and move our hour hand, which is the short hand here, to 0.24 for the hour. Now it's pointing right at 4. Our minute hand is still on the 12, which means o'clock, and that's shown with 2 zeros. So it's still 4 o'clock. Let's change this to 4:05, and that means all we need to do is change our minutes to 05, which is just a jump of 5 minutes pointing to the 1. So now it shows 4:05. All right, now let's go ahead and move our hour hand in between 2 numbers. We know that if it hasn't reached a number yet, it is still the old number. So if I put it right in between 5 and 6, it hasn't reached 6 yet. Let me move this minute hand over here. I'm going to point it to the 9, and that means that we're going to have to count. So this number right here is, let's change this so it's nothing, and we'll try to figure out what it is. So in between 5 and 6 means it hasn't reached 6 yet, so it is still 5 for the hour. Now let's count our minute hand. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So our minutes are 45. It is 5:45. Moving on to comparing numbers, I'm going to put 16 over here on the left side and 61 over here on the right side. I know that 61 is larger than 16, so if I put 16 is less than 61, that sentence would make sense. 16 is less than 61. All right, let's change this to 16, and let's see if we can figure out which, yep, that's right. 16 is equal to 16. The numbers are equal to each other because they are the same. So let's change this number right here to show something that will make this sentence make sense. blank is greater than 16. So what number could we put here? Any number that is greater than 16. 19 is greater than 16. 19 fish is greater than 16 fish. Moving on, let's go ahead and move our hundreds chart peekaboo window over here to the side and start by counting on by tens. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. Adding 10 each time, starting at 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, moving on, starting 88, counting back by ones, 87, 86, 85, 84, 83, 82, 81. Let's move our peekaboo window over here to our secret number today, and we're starting at 73. So let's fill it in. I know that after 61 comes 62. I know that after 62 comes 63. Let's switch it up a little bit and move on to underneath here, 63, 73, 83. 63, and then one more over is 64. 71, one more over is 72. Down 10 from that is 82. 64, down 10 from that is 74. Down 10 from that is 84. All right, let's write some number sentences for the number 89. 88 plus 1 is 89. 90 minus 1 is 89. 91 minus 2 is 89. And let's see, 85 plus 4 more is 89. 80 plus 9 is 89. 81 plus 8 is 89. And let's see, 100 minus 11 is 89. 79 plus 10 is 89. Thinking around the adding 10. 69 plus 20 is 89. Moving on here to our open-ended question, we have the number 24. We can write this in word form. Another option for the number 24 is 12 times 2. And let's go ahead and make a word problem here. Start off with Bob because it's easy to spell. Bob had 20 balls. Sam, another easy word, gave him 4 more. How many does he have now? Moving on, we have cats, dogs, lizards for our class survey, but we don't have a column for other things like birds and horses and fish. So let's go ahead and insert another column on our right of our survey graph here. And let's go ahead and put our results in. So I asked you this morning how many people have cats at home, and I noticed that 5 of you have cats, so I filled in those X's, just marked in the spots. And we noticed that 9 of you have dogs, 1 of you has a lizard, and we have 5 people again that have animals that we're calling other. And let's just reformat this a little bit so it's easier to read. That's important for a graph for people to be able to read it. And I'm going to fill in these X's since they're kind of hard to see. Let's just fill these in with a color. Let's do blue for cats, and for dogs we'll do red. For lizards, let's just do green, and for these other animals, let's just choose yellow. So that's a little bit easier to see. So we can see that we have 9 dogs. If I go up and over, I can see that my number right here is 9. That makes it a little bit easier so I don't have to count each one of those. And for cats, I can go up and over and see that it is just 5. And for other, I can do the same thing, up and over. And we can compare these two. Let's see, we have 5 other and we have 5 cats. So that means that we have 4 more dogs than cats. I can count up from here and see that there's 4 more. And for lizards, I can see all of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more people have dogs than lizards. Let's see if there are any student birthdays for today. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Someone lost a tooth last night, so we can add 1 more to December to make it 11 and update our total teeth lost for the year to 47.